Right about a win? Come on, Andy. First of all, I just want to, the atmosphere was outstanding. I know I feel like I say that every time we have a home game, but it's because it is. It's everything. It's the Hokie walk. It's the tailgating all day long. The effort that our fans put in to the game experience here. It's one of the best in the country. And our players love playing in that environment, feeling that environment. Our recruits eat it up. So I thank all the fans, all the Hokies out there. It was a great performance by them today. I also want to congratulate and celebrate the 99 team. It's fantastic having them back. The tradition, the foundation, they came out to practice yesterday. We had a chance to kind of visit with them a little bit. But, they laid the foundation. And they certainly set the standard and the expectations. Why I came to Virginia Tech, why our players come, what people expect. They raised the bar. And, so we're very appreciative of them. It was awesome to celebrate them tonight. I'll take some questions.
Brent, that first drive, of the offensive drive of the second half, 12 plays, 11 runs. Kyron wasn't under duress. You're able to eat up some yards, score. Was there an emphasis at halftime to get back to running the ball after? You ran it well in the first half, but just didn't stick with it.
Yeah, to be honest, we had some moments in the first half, and for various reasons, we couldn't run it consistently enough. But I thought the offensive staff, again, did a nice job at halftime. And, the players had great determination from the onset, I thought. It felt different. I thought there was some good energy, good mentality. We just didn't, we couldn't, we weren't good on third down in the first half. But I thought the ability to run the ball and to make that statement to start the second. We went 3 and out on defense, right? It's 10-7. They got a chance to do something. The defense snuffs them. And then we have that type of drive and finish it with a touchdown. That set the tone for the half.
You mentioned those first half struggles. What do you chalk that up to for second straight week?
I thought we were sluggish just with the execution. The guys were moving around and doing things, but we weren't finishing in the execution piece. And one time it was a wideout. Then it'd be the O-line. It'd be, we just couldn't get it going. Like I said, there were some moments that we had a nice drive to start the game and kick the field goal. And, thank goodness the defense was playing really well. And, really kept that game where it was. But, I thought Kyron settled down and really kind of looked more like himself in the second half. Not that he played poorly in the first half, but he just didn't, to me, he didn't look like we needed him to look. And he came out in the second half. I was proud of the way he responded.
And then Jay Lane, punt return for a touchdown. How big of a lift was that? How nice is it to have him be the second string guy essentially and step in and just do that?
Yeah, it's awesome. What a big play. When we needed it, right? I mean, we're struggling on offense in that half, and to get that return, and then there's a face mask on top of it, helps out the defense. But, he's dangerous as a returner, and he's proven that, last year and this year. And there were some guys that did a nice job getting in the way and avoiding penalties. And then he broke a few tackles and then outran everybody. But we needed that. That was, a nice, impactful play from our special teams unit.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
With the fact that, and to the frustration of many Hokies fans, that this is now 2 games in a row that you guys have really struggled in the first half, what do the conversations look like with the team and with Tyler Bowen about how important it is to get off to a hot start and not have 3 games in a row where we're struggling in the first half?
Yeah, fortunately we got the film to look at and evaluate it, make the corrections. I think we did some good things. We just, I would say the biggest thorn on our side was third down. We got to take a look at that. I think we were 1 of 8 or 1 of 9. And we got to be better than that. We got to convert a couple, and that keeps the drive alive, keeps them off the field, flips the field for us. So I think we're much closer this week than we were last. But I think there's a lot to build on in the second half of complete offense that we can lean into and grow from.
Mansour was picked on a lot against Vanderbilt. He was challenged a lot tonight, but had a lot better results. What did you see from him that was a lot different than we saw last week?
Yeah, he had a great mindset as well. He was determined to bounce back. You know, he's a resilient guy. I think he embodied kind of the way the team was today. Just had their mindset. And he was excited. He played with great technique. He played with great confidence. And you got to do that at that position. I think he got a little razzled last week when they hit one on him, and and I think it's a testament to Coach Jones and to Mansour and Dorian, who's been in his ear all week, the way he bounced back. He played like he's the player that he is.
Earlier this week, you talked about when you guys are in tight games, you need a bigger momentum swing. Did you think your team answered the bell in those moments come out in the second half when you needed that?
Yeah, I really did. I thought the deep ball to Gosnell, I mean, that was a big answer. I think, we had some, they had the big run. They ran a trap play and, sprung it on us. We didn't get it on the ground. But we came back and answered there, which was big. I think that we talked about that all week as a team, starting in the locker room, in Nashville, that you got to respond. That's part of it as a play caller and as a player. And I thought we did a nice job today. That was the difference in the game.
Bayshall had 22 carries, second most in his Tech career. What did you like about just the mentality he ran with today, and what impressed you the most about the way you guys were able to attack downfield in the second half?
Yeah, I tell you what, he ran hard, and he outran some folks. He broke some tackles. He really, I think we got him in his stride right there. We got his A game today, and we took him off kickoff return. It seemed to gas him more than maybe we'd like for it to. And said, let's get him going at tailback. Let's get him running. And I thought the O-line, really played pretty well, particularly in the second half. But we've got to get him going, and we know that. And that was a mindset coming out of the half that we got to feed this guy and be patient enough to do it.
Coach, Stephen Gosnell last week was 72 yards, 54 today with the 49-yard catch, as you mentioned earlier. How important is it to get him going in the offense, and what have you seen out of him improving week by week and especially making that incredible catch?
Yeah, first of all, this is a kid that tore his ACL in the bowl game and was actually talking about hanging it up and being done with ball. And we had a good long meeting, and he wanted to be part of this and believed in it. And then he doubled down after his surgery. Remarkable recovery. From a nutrition standpoint, he was on top of that, and supplements, and just really anxious to get back and ready. And to have him fully cleared going into camp was great for us. He's a tough kid. He's one of the favorites in the way he works, and he's kind of no nonsense. He gave his team his personal share last night to the team, and it was almost as good as the deep ball he caught. I mean, really just meaningful and heartfelt. He's got a great story, and what he and Benji are doing right now, I think that's a special deal. But that ball, first of all, I mean, Kyron launched that thing, and then Steve laid out for it and was strong enough and tough enough to make the catch. When you hit that ground, sometimes you see those things pop out, and he did a nice job hanging on to it.
Coach, you mentioned earlier this week you wanted to see the offensive line improve in the passing game after some free rushers got through last week. In the first half, when you guys were throwing the ball, there were still some times where there were free guys coming off the edge. What would you like to see improve in that regard? Is that a scheme thing, or what do you think needs to be better in that regard?
I think it's a little bit of everything right now. There's a couple of things from a protection standpoint. There's a couple of times we just got beat. And there's a couple of times we hung on to the ball or we just didn't get open. So it wasn't just any one thing. I thought the guys played better up front today. I really did. And I thought they stepped it up in the second half. But we still have to be better. And let me say, Marshall had a couple of edge guys that we knew were going to be a problem. Good players. 15 is a pass rush guy that could make things happen in this league. So we had our hands full right there. But I thought once Kyron settled down and went through his reads and progressions, we were much better. Got the ball out of his hand more timely. And when you can run the ball, it keeps guys off balance.
You had 12 pass breakups by the team today. It seemed like a lot of those one-on-one situations, guys were coming through in those. How do you feel about the pass defense, especially some of the younger guys like Lovett seemed to get a lot of snaps today?
Yeah, that was excellent to see. They challenged us. I thought we were in good position, good coverage. I think we just had the one defensive holding down in the red zone. I thought we played pretty clean. We were able to get those pass breakups without drawing the flag, which is challenging sometimes. But, I thought there was pretty good pressure. They did seem to want to get rid of it in a hurry. They weren't holding the ball very long. But I thought the guys responded and played well in coverage, not just Dorian, but like we said, Mansour, Dante Lovett. I thought Jalen Jones. Remember, we had a three-man rotation at safety tonight. With Stroman out, Quentin Reddish, a true freshman, had to step up and play a bunch of snaps. Mose played a much better game than he did last week. And I thought Jalen Jones really is playing well right now.
Speaking of that massive catch from Gosnell, like immediately after you guys ran kind of bit of a hurry up and seemingly kind of ran like sort of a trick play where you had Kyron hurry up to the line and then run like a QB sneak right up the middle. I wonder how long has that been in the playbook and how long have you waited to kind of break that out?
Yeah, that's a good one, but it's got to be the right time in the game, the right situation. And when you got a big old guy like Kyron, it's a good play, All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody covering us.